Okay. All right. Welcome everyone to my UGC Agency Scholarship. First of all, your applications were pretty amazing. Some of the most in-depth type form applications I have ever seen. And I am super grateful. And at the end of this, we will be announcing scholarships. Okay. This is, you're a pretty elite group of people. This is private invite. So if you guys are here, that means I'm super impressed with you already. And I do believe you guys can, all of you could probably run a pretty successful UGC agency. And, we'll get into that. All right. So, the main thing I want to talk about today is what is a UGC agency? So a UGC agency is supplying UGC creators to a brand. So you're the middleman, the brand pays you, you pay creators. You decide the budget, you decide the videos. By the way, a UGC creator versus a normal creator is someone that makes advertisements or promotes a brand. This can be done on a brand's page. A brand could run your videos as an advertisement. So when you're scrolling and you see sponsored, that could be you. And this is actually how I started making my first significant money online. And at the end, I do have a surprise as well. So first of all, I just want to show you guys a text I got today. I've been in the space for about 2 years now as a UGC, actually since 2023. So about 3 years, which is not good. You guys can all hear me, right? Okay, cool. So I got a text today saying, blank is building an A16Z backed social app and they're looking to do a UGC push soon. They have a hook in mind, just need the execution with creators. Literally, this was today, a few hours ago. I saw it and I was like, I have to include this because I get hit up by brands, agencies, people all the time looking for UGC creators, right? And so what's significant about that is that there's tons of opportunity right now with how AI is creating new apps. Like people are able to build apps all the time. I'm building apps. I don't have any design or coding experience whatsoever, and I can do it. So with that, there's all these people that need to promote their apps, and that's where UGC comes in. It is one of the most effective ways to promote apps right now. So just like many of you, I started as a creator with nothing. By the way, my first name is David. I go by Owen. It's my middle name. Sounds better. It's always been that way. Sorry. My first viral video is in 2022. But at this point, I wasn't posting. I was scrolling. You could see how many people I was following, right? I had no desire to post. Something happened to me when I went to a sales internship and I was like, good Lord, I am not doing that. I'm going to figure it out some other way. Started posting, had a couple viral videos, and about a year in, I had gotten to 12,000 followers. And I started doing fitness content. You could see it there pinned. This is where I got my first brand deal with Whoop as a UGC creator. Now, I didn't have a lot of followers, but they were still paying me $3,750 per month for 5 videos a month. So $750 per video. These videos I would make and send them to the brand, and the brand would run them as an ad. UGC is a little different now because it's more organic than it is sponsored ads and stuff like that. But this is what I did, and I got them really good results. And I was like, this is incredible. They're paying me $4K a month. That's what I'm making from my sales job full-time after college. They were the first brand to pay me consistently. I worked with them for 18 months on 6-month and 3-month contracts and extensions. It was unreal. This was my sales job. I ended up leaving my sales job because at the same time, not only was I doing UGC deals, and they started paying me more and more, like that 1 month there, I got paid $5,600, almost $57. But I also started getting paid through platforms like TikTok. I don't fully rely on payments from platforms. I believe in getting your own brand deals. Okay. So what I ended up doing from this point to becoming a full-time creator was starting my own community, which was Content Circle. And so Content Circle is full of UGC creators that are really fucking good. There are some on the call today that are interested in starting their own agency. So being a UGC creator is one thing. Running a UGC agency is another. Just like an influencer marketing agency, UGC is the next version of that, okay? And I'm gonna explain why I'm even letting you guys know about this stuff right now in a bit, because I know what you're thinking. If this shit is so good, why are you not gatekeeping it? I'm gonna explain that. But yeah, I'll get into it. But the other thing is I learned how to grow on social media, how to monetize social media, how to build a community with hundreds of UGC creators. So when I started making content about UGC and helping my friends, people were like, dude, you have a community with UGC creators? I could use that so bad to grow my app or my brand. And so that's how the agency was born. And I was one of the first people to do it. I started the B2B content agency. That one's free. It's 7,000 something people in there. And I've worked with a ton of different brands and apps. Apps like Minutes AI doing 400K a month have recruited directly from Content Circle, which is the UGC community. Swimply, Backstage, my own Bible app, SkinnyRx, which is a fat loss company doing over $2 million a month in recurring revenue, Ketone IQ, and many, many others. If you want the whole list of brands we've worked with, you're never going to get it because I don't want to go back and find all of them and put it together. But it's pretty long. It's a long ass list because there's so many businesses that need this right now and they're starting to figure it out. So this is proof, one of those, higher revenue months for me and my agency. We did about 62.5K cash collected in 45 days. Now, UGC agencies can operate at very different profit margins. When I started over a year ago, that profit margin was almost non-existent because I just wanted to help people get clients. I didn't know sales or anything. I didn't really know what was going on. And then more recently, I've charged more. And the profit margins on this are around 75%. Something that's nice is you're invoicing brands, so you're not paying processing fees like you would through a Stripe link or something like that. And then on top of that, there's just so many creators that are starting to get into the space. The profit margins are pretty good, essentially. So 62.5K cash collected, 45 days. So why stop? And I believe this is probably most of your guys' questions. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunity that I can't take. But the truth is, I actually found out about this man. This is Blake Anderson. Blake and I are friends now, and I've actually been co-founder on a company with him, and this was the company. So Blake started launching consumer apps, and he was doing it through no-code tools. And so I was like, okay, that's really interesting. Plus, I was in the app space, like I showed you guys, working with apps doing 400, 500K a month. So I was able to build up essentially my rep in the space. And so I applied for this app, which is ran by this guy, Quinn, a friend of mine too. And Blake was co-founder, Quinn was co-founder. And that was my first taste of running an app and having equity in one thing versus working for a bunch of different brands as an agency. And I kind of like it better, to be honest with you. So I ended up building my own app, which was the Covenant Bible app, and I sold it. It did okay. We were at like 3K MRR in a couple months. We did like 6 or 7K rev, and I sold my stake in it. So in the future, I'm going to be building more. And this is kind of a glimpse of that, but I actually like the app space. I think that's where I should go. So essentially, there's a huge vacuum for people who can do the UGC agency offer well. And for those of you who are UGC creators, you may have worked with some of the agencies in the space. And I've honestly only heard positive feedback about 1 or 2 of those agencies from creators, which means there is a huge space for you to go in, treat your creators well, and work and make good money for brands. I fully believe that, and I think it's just such a good opportunity because of how many new apps are being made every day and how badly they need creators. So someone needs to take the throne. So at the end of this, I will be giving those scholarships away, plus a couple hours of coursework. And I hate the word course, but guys, if I can dump like the 2 hours of everything I've learned in the past 2 years into 2 hours for you, I feel like that's pretty beneficial. Again, it's free. This is not a sales call or anything. I'm just giving it to people, okay? Plus helping them one-on-one and getting them to, my goal, I think, is they can hit 50K in 2 months. That's obviously like pretty tough goal, and it's going to depend on their input, but I do believe they can do it because I know how to do it. I have the connections. And like I showed you earlier, there's people reaching out to me every day that need clients. So I can literally just give them clients. Anyways, there was over 100 applications. I took this earlier today when I was finishing this up. And you guys, like, again, I didn't know there was that many people that followed me that had such diverse, good skill sets. I seriously had a really hard time going through these and trying to pick. It was tough, I'm not gonna lie, but there are a couple people that I think are gonna absolutely crush, and I have decided them. But there's probably like 3 or 4 people who, I can't work with everyone, right? So, I'll text you guys after the call for those 3 or 4 of you who are not gonna be picked. But yeah, for those of you who are, I'm really excited to work with you. Yeah, like look at these applications. My goal is to scale the UGC agency to over $1 million a month and have over 800 creators in my portfolio. I believe that UGC will dominate the ads market for the next 10 to 15 years. With the rise of AI, people will look for real humans to promote a product and solve their pain points. This guy gets it, you know? And that is truly the potential. There are quite a few of my friends, probably like 3 or 4, that run UGC agencies that are over 250, 300K a month. And again, the people who get the scholarship, you're going to get all that information. So without any further notice, I'd like to announce who's actually going to be winning scholarships. Okay, so JJ Sierra, you are number 1. JJ, if you're here, please text in the chat or something. I went through like all these scholarships and you were super impressive to me. So JJ, hello? Anyone? Oh, there he is. Let's go.
So you're taking over the mic. I'm talking too much, but let's go, bro.
Dude, JJ, I'm super excited to work with you, bro. I think you're going to absolutely crush. You have an incredible background. You're super talented. And yeah, I'm super excited for your future, man. You don't have to say anything. That's fine, I guess.
Wait, my bad. No, I'm super excited. I don't know if we're taking the mic over or not. But yeah, like I'm so excited to get started, bro. Like super grateful for you to like kind of go through all of these applications. I'm sure, like you said, it was really tough. And so for mine to stand out, like I'm committed to this. I'm like ready to get working, and just super excited for everything that's to come, bro.
Thank you, bro. And by the way, guys, there was actually so many applications I could have picked. So again, like I'm probably going to text a couple of you after this call, try to give you some words of encouragement or whatever. If you're not picked, that doesn't mean you're not JJ or you're not, you don't have that potential. You do, but I'm literally only doing a couple spots here. Okay. So yeah, it's not personal. You guys, if you're on this call, you had a great application, period. That's what it comes down to. So we're going to do one more or maybe 2. We'll see how I'm feeling, but definitely 1 for sure. Okay, I lied. Yeah, we are going to do 2. See what I mean, guys? Ashley is second. Ashley?
Yeah, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
No problem, Ashley. I've obviously, seen your stuff now on social media. I know who you've worked with, all of your experience and everything. Again, you're just incredible. I am so impressed with the talent here on this call. You guys should follow each other or something, because you may not see more talented people on a 60-person Zoom ever. So yeah, Ashley, super excited to work with you too.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
No problem. Okay, so as you guys know, I did say there's going to be 1 more. Yeah, you guys ready or what? I wish we could do like drum rolls or something. That'd be sick. All right. Anyways, final thank you, Jacob. I appreciate you, man. Final scholarship going out. Casey Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Wolf is the final recruit. And Casey is also an incredible person to do this because he's been working in the entertainment space for years. He knows exactly how to work with brands, how to work with creators, what brands want. So Casey, congrats, man. Super excited to work with you 3. Okay. That's literally it. That's all I have for you guys. I do want to do this again sometime. Obviously, we can't do it all the time because I only have so many hours in a week, and this is going to be a lot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys can go do whatever. I'll probably text a few of you, so look out for that. But yeah, you guys are incredible, seriously. And by the way, you don't need me to do this, or you guys can text me and ask for help if you need it. You guys all have my personal cell. So if you guys have questions, text me. I want to help you guys. So yeah, hope you guys have a great week, seriously. And I'll talk to you guys later. And then Ashley, JJ, and KC, I'll obviously get you guys onboarded today. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Owen. Have a good day.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
I'll text you.
Of course.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Later, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye. That was so sick. I love doing that. I'm not going to lie. Let's go. So sick, man. All right, I'm gonna get them onboarded and we're gonna get to work right away. Today is September 2nd. So I'm gonna probably make this like a 90-day thing with them. Or at least until they're getting their first few clients on board. Once they have their first few clients, then I think it's worth it to essentially just let them rip, to be honest. Once you have a few clients and you understand the landscape and you're doing everything you need to do, you're going to be in a good place here. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and stay tuned to see how they do. Later.